What is the purpose of this? This year, my team will probably buy about 500 single-family homes all through Creative Finance. 500. Not 50, not 5, 500. Multifamily will probably buy somewhere around 2,000 doors this year as well. So while everybody else is contracting and everybody else is worried about the market, we are amplifying our purchases. And the reason being is because Creative Finance is having its day in the sun, right? Interest rates are going up. Some people that are in the business, the loan officers and the real estate agents are like, no, rates are going to come back down. Because they want them to come back down, but they're not going to come back down anytime soon. You look at the Fed says what? They say we're going to raise the rates higher than anticipated, faster than anticipated, and keep them longer than anticipated. So it's going to be the way it is right now, a little stagnant for a bit. So today what I want to do is we are going to answer a lot of questions. I've got my attorney here, Sean St. Clair, and he writes all of our contracts for our community. Very well known and very well respected here in Phoenix and basically all over the country. We've got Eileen Brown coming as well. She's got 48 years in creative finance escrow experience, 48 years here locally. While I've only been in real estate for 10 years, I think we got some people collective. Sean, how long have you been an attorney?
16 years.
16 years. So collectively, we've got 64 years between Sean and Eileen in real estate experience. Pretty amazing. And a couple of the questions that I get all the time is, what do you think are some questions actually, guys? What do you think are some common questions I get about creative finance as an investor? From agents, brokers?
Oh, well, I was going to say from newer people or from?
Agents and brokers.
From agents, just how? How do you approach somebody with it?
Oh, how do you approach? Okay, we can cover that today. That'll be good. That wasn't on the topic today, but we can talk about that. Go ahead. Actually, here, let me give a mic, because what I'm doing with this, by the way, so if you don't want to be on camera, you don't want to ask questions today. Okay?
I think a lot of questions they ask is it legal?
Great one. That one's a really good one. We can answer that. We could make this really short. This 4-hour class, we can make it really short by just saying yes. Another one I get is it legal in my state? And we can answer that really quickly. What's the answer to that?
Yes.
Okay. Sean, I know you're only licensed in 2 states, but have you ever found or heard of a state that Subto is illegal in?
Not outright illegal. There's more restrictions in others.
More restrictions, maybe more disclosures, whatnot? Yeah. Okay. So as long as you properly disclose and you cover everything you need to cover, all 50 states, it's legal. What's another question that you think pops up with real estate agents and brokers? Come on, don't be shy. Ooh, dang, Wes, that's a good one. How do real estate agents get paid? It actually brings up the main purpose of this class. I want to do way more deals with real estate agents. And I see in Maricopa County, who knows how many expired listings are in Maricopa County just in the last 30 days? Not total, but last 30 days. Take a guess. 30? 50? 100? It's 900. Okay, so that means 900 sellers listed with a real estate agent and 900 real estate agents got fired. That's what an expired listing is for me as a real estate investor. I go, oh, goody. The real estate agent that wouldn't present the offer to the seller for me now has been let go, and I can go to the seller directly. But every time I do those deals, like we'll talk about this one on 4101, where's Josh? Oh, there he is. You called the seller on this one, right?
That was not me.
Oh, that was Chris and Kevin.
That was Chris.
Okay. But I just did a deal with you on Anderson. We'll talk about Anderson as well. And you called the agent directly on that one for 3 or 4 months, and they just wouldn't present the offer, right?
Yeah.
So I want to pay agents. I want agents making money. And why do I want agents making money? Because one, they'll have more clients for me long term. As a real estate investor, I will be more successful with more real estate agents on my side. And so I want to make sure agents are educated on this. And unfortunately, it's not something that brokers are doing, because that's not something brokers were ever educated on either. And so today we're going to give you guys some fun education. And here's the goal of today. I'm going to go through for about an hour. I'm going to break down just a few deals, and I can answer a little bit of Q&A. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Molly, my transaction coordinator. So if you guys ever need help with a transaction coordinator, Molly will be here. She can help you out. Agents, that's another thing too, is agents go, well, how do I do the paperwork? That's not something I was ever trained on. Okay, so we'll talk about that, give you guys that resource of a transaction coordinator. My transaction coordinators can do deals in what states?
All of them.
All of them. Pretty cool. And what's great is my transaction coordinators are pretty well educated on, or at least tied into the people that have the information about each individual state. So if you go, hey, I'm in Pennsylvania, and they don't do agreement for sale in Pennsylvania, they do a bond for deed. Who can write a bond for deed for me? And some people in here are like, what's a bond for deed? Nobody in here should know what a bond for deed is, okay? Because we don't do them here. We do agreement for sale or land contracts or contract for deed in other states, right? But in Pennsylvania, it's called a bond for deed. You don't need to know that. But you do need to know that there's all sorts of terms and all sorts of things in different states. And when you run into an opportunity and you don't know how to fill out the paperwork, you don't know the terminology, you don't know the next step, having a great transaction coordinator that knows how to fill out the paperwork is pretty awesome. Anybody in here ever use a transaction coordinator in your regular business?
All the time.
Yeah. And what do they bring to the table?
It's a second set of eyes, so you don't have to worry about you miss something.
Or in my life, it's the only set of eyes. Because I'm like, I am not looking at anything. If you want to make money in real estate, should you be doing all your own paperwork? Right. And so that's the thing that I think people are missing out on, is that you should be out there searching and hunting for more deals while your transaction coordinator should be running the transaction.